Everyone, welcome to the Movieception Show. My name is Fariba, and tonight we're about to watch episode 4 of House of Dragon season 3, which I believe is now the halfway point of season 3, but also if you think about it, we're inching closer to just the conclusion of this entire series, because if you guys remember, I believe Ryan Condal has said before that the plan was always going to be 4 seasons, and since we're already in season 3, we're basically reaching to the end of the line. Now, of course, the big question is going to be who's going to make it through to the end of season 3, what other kinds of dramas are going to happen, and then of course we kind of know bits and pieces about what happens in the series, but of course given what's been transpiring with House of Dragon, there's also gonna be questions of what else will probably get changed from Fire and Blood, which again I've said before, I've not read the books, I only know bits and pieces of it. So for me, I'm actually just learning about the changes as we're going on. But yeah, that being the case, I don't want to take too much of our time, but one thing I will say is that we did end off last week with just a taste of Rhaenyra's reign. We know that she's now on the throne, although it gets a little tricky because even though Aegon is gone, Aemon is missing, Daeron still exists, so he is still kind of a threat to Rhaenyra's reign, and her position as the heir to Viserys. And yet we saw what happened at the end of the episode where it was one of the Hightower guys, Ormond Hightower, basically tricked Daemon and Rhaenyra to thinking that they gave up Daeron when he was actually just a fake Daeron, and the real Daeron's still with them. And so now we're just going to start seeing how much of that unfolds. Of course, there's a lot of issues going on, even beyond the whole Hightower situation. We know there's a whole kind of tension between her and Corlys and her inability to legitimize his 2 sons. So, but yeah, there's a lot of drama going on. Things are actually getting really good now that we're getting to the drama part of House of Dragon, because not everything always had to have like battles and action, all that sort of stuff. But even then, it sounds like there's going to be more battles. But again, I don't want to take any more of my time. And plus, the World Cup is coming to an end, so we're finally getting back to the regular program. But that being the case, without further ado, let's get right down into watching episode 4 of House of Dragon season 3. So that's the Hightower's house.
There's 15,000 of us. I'm glad you only got 3. Maybe crowded ain't so bad.
Mind yourself.
You don't like it going carp to Lord Ormond?
Queen.
Is she?
Oh, this guy is gonna... Oh, okay. This is a problem.
Or is she a bitch with a dragon?
I'll take bitch with a dragon over you, my dude.
My purpose is to restore the rightful line to the Iron Throne. It follows from that I must be well rested.
Don't.
When dealing with those beneath you, you must be fair but firm.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that must be Daeron. So that is the real Daeron.
My lord.
There we go.
From Storm's End carrying more excuses from Lord Boros Baratheon.
Do not be disheartened, Daeron.
There you go.
Your brother will join us soon.
If his men were to go there instead,
It would not be bloodless, but it would be far more merciful than sending dragons.
We march on the town and send orders to Lord Tully.
Tully.
For as full, you may take your place at my council and retain the title of Grand Maester.
Oh, she's merciful. All right.
The castle's ravens remain your charge, but the relics of a dead regime. It'll take the rivermen weeks to reach Tumbleton. Investigate Sir Torren Manderley. He's intrigued me. If he's fit, let the gold be his concern as well as Daemon's.
Sounds very familiar.
Viserys, 3 Targaryens. But with the last, my last, I wanted him to be a Hightower. In truth, I'm glad I waged that battle, seeing now what came of our other sons. Though I do not know now what fate that choice has consigned him.
Yeah. But hey, she ain't wrong.
But my son,
Shall I tend her in my stead? You certainly look the part.
I am not a creature of the court. I don't know what I'm doing.
There is great
That sounds like me half the time.
I cannot give you legitimacy.
At least Aegon is back. I don't think we saw him last episode. That's his dragon, right? Mm-hmm.
He's alive.
I know it. He's alive. He must be.
There, Gregor.
I'm here.
Let us trouble these good folk.
Denial or something?
must.
You know.
What's he saying?
Will you stay and rot with him? Will you get up?
Okay, so
And
he is dead then. I think it's just denial, which I'm assuming is the case here.
Best you can do at the moment.
This is the hand of the king. We seek the Prince Aemond.
As I'm sure do many. He seized the castle after Prince Daemon abandoned it, but when he learned that Rhaenyra took King's Landing, he and his dragon fled.
When Rhaenyra took King's Landing?
They're like 3 days late.
Oh my.
You've scoured the area, my lord hand. There is sign of a large dragon nest that has been abandoned. Prince Aemon
Dragon
may
nest.
indeed have fled.
The enemy just where we want them.
I like the
Aemon would not
sarcasm.
desert me. And yet he's not here. Is he?
Go home to a feather bed.
He's not wrong.
I was a foot soldier. Did you know that? Steward's son. My father died of sorrow. There is no home for one like me. Not while Rhaenyra sits the throne.
Oh yeah, 100%, and we
Our
all
task
agree
is
with that.
simple. And it will be free from dragons.
Rhaegar!
Even great dynasties fall. The crown should never rest easy on his head.
He ain't wrong.
There were those
Foreshadow.
who whispered that.
How'd you get out?
We nearly didn't. As you can see.
I won't touch the fucking trees.
Just do as they say,
This is
Tangle tongue and mangle face.
this is not the time to act high or mighty.
You'll be
and entitled.
It's not bad.
Oh no.
Go fetch some rosemary.
Queen of Bastards. Hightower loyalists trying to fight a war they lost.
Wow. Wow.
He has returned!
Your punishment will fit your crime. You will be gelded. And you will have your own arm broken. You may remain in my service, but trespass again, and you will hang.
Hammurabi Code.
I have a wife.
Aye. Lawlessness and disorder claw at our gates.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he does treat him like a son.
Naming of the High Septon, but to remove him altogether would surely incite the faith and therefore the faithful. Unless you
don't
were
wanna go Henry
considering a
VIII,
more...
right?
I never thought you so bloodthirsty, Orwell. Rather impressed. Alas, no. Bring Ormond's letters once you have collated them. There's been no... Very well.
Wow, that's a lot of gold. Sheep stealers, isn't it? It's your daughter. Daughter who's been missing for like days and no one has heard from and totally forgotten existed. Oh, it's Bela. Oh, yeah. Reyna. Oh my god, what happened to her?
What have you done to yourself?
Oh, yeah.
How?
Oh, and he
Rhaenyra believes
knows.
this dragon and his rider are the reason. Jace is dead.
Let me tell. To show her, to show you, I never intended.
The way that he's like, no!
Jane Erin knows you are here.
I was of no use here.
Oh, he knows that
If
she's
you go
fucked.
now to where you are meant to be, Rhaenyra need not know. We will find a ship. Leave the dragon behind.
Pitied. Can you yourself say you ever gave me more than a passing thought? Reyna the unfortunate.
Yeah.
Reyna the
She's
least
not-
among... Unless you betray me.
You asked me to deceive her. That is betrayal.
I have asked you nothing, Father, in all my life.
Oh, he knows him very well. Oh, something's really bad. Oh, he's not very happy. Something bad is about to happen.
As craven! Can't!
Wow. That's quite a tantrum.
They say Queen of Bastards. The work, I am sure, of some of your misguided subjects who mistakenly believe their queen to be unkind.
Oh, he's I don't like this. I don't like
Grace.
this. That guy literally said he knew that that was just the High Towers, and now he is just. Oh, now you know what it's like to be a commoner, huh?
Fresh horses.
I'm the fucking king. If they knew I walked among them.
Even were you to be believed, Rhaenyra's eventual resurrection becomes the stuff of song and legend.
Sit down. Before I make you. Who do you think you're talking to? I'll have your fucking tongue, you insolent ape. Please. And I'll gut you like a fish. Come. Kiss my feet.
Uh-oh.
I take it back. Or die. I don't care which.
It's too late. My dude, you gotta do it.
But you will call me my lord.
Oh.
What is this?
The one who rode Sheepstealer. Along
Oh,
with 10,000
wow.
golden dragons from Lady Jane Arryn.
So this is how he's gonna do it, huh?
Anything from her bandman in the Vale? We still await some response from the great houses, Master of.
Well, I'll wager you think you're clever, don't you, Manderley? Well, you should know. I'm the clever one round here.
Say no more.
What small quantity of...
I wanted to see him. I wanted to look on the one who killed my son. I should thank you.
A little bit of a deception right there. Does Mysaria? I think she...
When what you've wrought comes falling down about her ear.
She's with child.
Helena.
Oh, that's the hammer guy. Okay, I was like, oh, look at Vhagar. So confused. They all look the same.
Indulging in affection for that beast.
So that's Caesarion, right?
But there is a taint in your blood. The Targaryens are a savage race, poor in intellect but rich in cunning, with dark spells.
Oh my god, that's how he thinks of them, huh?
We are the superior men, but against... Now, you must be king.
I thought you let him go.
A righteous king must demonstrate he upholds many virtues. Honor, wisdom.
A woman!
He laid hands on a high tower. That soldier is an extension of you, of the crown. Justice must be done.
Is not mercy a kingly virtue? That...
Wait, I don't like this.
And now we begin.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that was episode 4 of House of Dragon Season 3, and it's like we just keep seeing a lot of conspiracies, a lot of deceiving, a lot of... I don't know. I don't even know what to say at this point. I think this is kind of where we're really starting to get to like the best of Game of Thrones, finally unleashing House of the Dragon. And I'm going to keep saying it. I think having seen the last few episodes so far, I feel like this season has actually really exceeded in so many ways. That, yes, it works for a season like this. I mean, that's not to say that season 1 is any, you know, it downgrades anything about season 1. I think season 1 is really good in its own way as well, because of the fact that, you know, that is a season that really had to catch up in terms of pacing, trying to get up to the current timeline. But what I really love about the last few episodes so far is that, you know, as I said, like, Game of Thrones wasn't just simply about battles and actions and dragons. I mean, yes, there is battles and actions, dragons, but what really made Game of Thrones so complete was the drama, the politics, the conflicts that were happening, what's happening internally, what's happening personally, what's happening with the family situation. Like, it was a series that did so well in terms of creating the drama that's what really made Game of Thrones such a full-bodied series. And this is what we're really seeing in the case like House of the Dragon Season 3. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are probably upset with some of the changes, and I think there's something that maybe I'll talk about a little bit, because I think I might spot a little bit of a difference. But what I will say is that so far what we've been seeing is just kind of the classic elements of what made Game of Thrones so great, which is the drama, the politics, as I said before, and we're seeing a lot of that really exude here. And that's given the fact that, you know, technically speaking, the actual like war may have subsided, but we're still seeing another step of a battle that's being engaged in this series, because now, yes, Rhaenyra has reclaimed the throne, or at least claimed her throne, because she's never really reclaimed it. She finally claimed her rightful throne to that, you know, in House of Dragon, and now she's trying to sort out all the mess that's been happening, the hiccup, the everything that's been happening since, you know, her claiming the throne. And yet, despite the fact that, yes, the whole Aegon and Aemon situation has kind of been resolved, yes and no, but also at the same time, there's now a new villain to the story, which is Ormond Hightower, which I think, having now seen who he is, like, I can understand why, you know, like, it's really funny, because the first thing that came into mind as we got to, like, the end of the episode is, like, oh, he's kind of like a Daemon counterpart of, like, a person from a Hightower, like House Hightower. Like, he's somebody who is all about bloodline in a way, has his own kind of discrimination, and wants their own house to kind of rise to the occasion. And now we're seeing him doing this crap where now he's trying to get Daeron to sit on the throne, but not as a Targaryen in a sense, but also really in a way of being a Hightower. And it's like he's not far from the bad apple of his brother, because if I have this correct, Ormond is the uncle to Alicent, which means he's the brother to Otto, so he's not far off from Otto. And yet here we are seeing a situation where now he's trying to question Rhaenyra's, claim to the throne and put in Daeron, not because of the fact that he's a Targaryen, but more because of the fact that he's a Hightower. And now he's trying to, because he even says he calls a small bit of his blood tainted because of the fact that he's a Targaryen. And this is kind of, so he's using him as a Targaryen, yet he also knows that he's not going to try and put him in as a Targaryen, but more as a Hightower. So, and this is something that I think a lot of us have been arguing about, and why a lot of us are Team Black is because of the fact that the Greens are not necessarily hungry for the fact that, they want to, put a Targaryen, but no, it's like they want to put their own household to the top of the throne. And now we're kind of going back to the issues of what led to the beginnings of this war, which is simply the fact that Otto tried to scheme his way into trying to get his daughter to have her courted to Viserys after, his first wife had passed. And then, in a sense, he knew that also meant his own house would then get a lot of power. And now we're seeing a lot of that now unleashing with this situation with Daeron and Arm. It's like you're seeing a lot of the same cunning that's been going on since season 1. And now we're seeing this happening with the different characters. So yeah, that's what we're basically seeing here. I've been hearing a lot about the Battle of Templeton. I've been hearing bits and pieces of it. Again, I don't know the details of it, but I know that there's probably going to be a battle. The more I keep hearing about Templeton, the more I'm like, okay, there's going to be some kind of battle. So we're not done with the battles, we're not done with the fighting, we're not done with this, with all that. There's still more to come. And now it's just how much more is this going to brew? And I think that's what I think the next few episodes are going to basically lead up to, is what is perceived to be this upcoming battle, which I'm sure hopefully will happen this season from the looks of it, because the last thing we ever want is to have another battle delayed for the following season, the way that we saw with Battle of Gillette, which I will argue actually, and I will actually side with a lot of people in that the Battle of Gillette should have been done in season 2, so that way season 2 would have been a little bit more of a complete season, and then we could have just started off with Rhaenyra claiming the throne in season 3, and that's how it should have been. I think the organization was a little bit clunky with that, so I'll agree with that. But again, getting back to the point, I think we are seeing a lot of deception being played off. Now, I didn't know that we're going to see Rhaena again, and we do, and the fact that Daemon now knows the truth and is now trying to twist what the truth is, I know that you're my daughter who did this, and I can't believe you did this, and the way that he reacted to the whole please don't tell me, and to know the truth that she was actually part of the reason why Jace is dead now. It's like he knows that Rhaena would be in so much trouble. And speaking of that, I'm sure I read a little, I've learned a little bit of, I've heard a little bit about the Nettle thing, Nettle thing, and I've heard that created a lot of conflict between Rhaenyra and Rhaena, if I have that correct. And because of the whole situation with Sheepstealer, I think there was a couple, I think that it led to a whole big change in terms of the whole conflict. Now it seems so that he may have diverted that situation, although I could be completely wrong. So this is where I'm wondering if this key book change has now diverted from that situation or not. Again, I probably would have to look this up after this episode, just because, again, I only know bits and pieces, and I've not read the full novel, but it seems so I'm very curious about what a lot of readers are going to think about that scene. Is this contributing to a huge change? Are we pivoting from a big part of the conflict, or is this just brewing into something that eventually will lead into something that's a lot more serious in the future? So, but yeah, we got the whole Sheepstealer thing. We got a little bit of update on that. We got to see Aegon a little bit and see kind of his taste of his own medicine, and realizing that he can't just be an entitled brat this whole time. The fact that he's now starting to see what common folk is like. I wonder what this is going to lead up to. Are we eventually going to see a point where Aegon will be caught, or is this going to make him grow a little bit to realize that this is what life is like, and will he actually realize that this is what common folk is like, and would that kind of change him a little bit? I don't know. We'll see more of that, hopefully, or maybe not. Who knows how this series is going to end. But I think the big question mark, of course, is the whole Aemon situation. We've seen what happened 2 episodes ago. He was stabbed, he fell to the ground, and yet we have no idea what's going on with his activity. Is he still being tended to by the witch? Is he being tended to by the witch? I mean, when they went to Harrenhal, they didn't even find anything of him. We don't see Vhagar. We don't know where Vhagar is. And now there's like a huge question mark in regards to the situation with Aemon and his, whether or not he's even still alive, or where he's at, where he's gone into hiding, if he's gone into hiding. So there's definitely a lot of question marks about what's going on with certain characters, what's going to be next. The fact that Alf is already trying to twist the situation and trying to make things worse for Rhaenyra. Like, I mean, clearly the people in King's Landing support Rhaenyra after what she's done, and now he twisted something that was clearly supposed to be some kind of propaganda by the Hightowers, and now he twisted it so that it makes it seem as though the actual people are going behind her back and calling crap about her when the people actually don't even believe that shit. And now he's done something that's probably going to really impact Rhaenyra, because now people are going to think that she is, overstepping, that she's being cruel, which I'm sure that's kind of what I remember a little bit of, that people thought she was a very cruel ruler. At least that's what I got bits and details of. But yeah, I'm very curious what this is going to lead up to. Like, I know there's a lot of planning, a lot of strategy, a lot of decision making that's happening in between Rhaenyra and Ormond Hightower. I think that's right now the two kind of big parties that we're dealing with in terms of this big conflict that's now ensued since the fact that she's taken over the throne. And seeing what's going to be the result of that, just because there is a lot of politics going on. I think we're really seeing a key part of this, that we're finally getting to the political side of this, and how both sides are going to try and, understand what's going to be the next move, or what's going to be the next move. And that makes me very curious, because I know this is kind of like a little bit more of a low-key episode. Like, we're not seeing a whole lot of drama. Like, the last episode was just like, it was like a whole lot of adrenaline just being in the shoes of Rhaenyra, and her trying to process what it's like to be a ruler of not just King's Landing, but all of the Seven Kingdoms. And now we're kind of getting down into like, okay, we've gone that out of the way. Let's actually get back to the actual conflict and seeing what's going to stir for Rhaenyra's power and what's going to be another set of setbacks. So, and we know for sure, of course, the big setback now is that, even if Aemon and Aegon are not going to do anything to reclaim the throne, there's still one other person, which is Daeron, who happens to be the last son of Viserys, and he has every right to the throne as Rhaenyra now. Let alone, now we have another twist, which is Helaena seems to be with another child now, which could cause a lot more problems. So, yeah, lots of things happening. Like, I'm sure Alicent's a little freaked out right now that if anything were to come out, that Helaena not only has a child, but she might also have a boy. That's also going to now challenge her claim to the throne, challenge even any of her kids to the throne, because technically speaking, if you're gonna go into the whole mindset, I think there's like a whole term for it, things like primogeniture or something like that. There's a word for it. I totally forgot the word for it, but it starts with a P. But if you were to go through that, like, it would be going by the line of males, right? So technically speaking, because Aegon was Viserys' first male born, that anybody from his line will then be the first in line, and therefore if Helaena has a boy, that puts Helaena and her child at risk. That now puts Rhaenyra's claim to the throne at question, and then let alone the fact that there's also Daeron, who is also still alive, still with Otto Hightower, and still has his own kind of plans. It's like, okay, what's next? And now I also wonder what's going to happen now that, because technically speaking, we saw the Hammer guy, and his wife is at Templeton, so he knows the stakes are high with regards to his side of the family. And now that his brother-in-law has been executed by the Hightowers, it's like, is he, like, I'm aware that there's some kind of betrayal that does happen with some of the writers. I don't know which two writers. I'm aware there's two writers. I don't know which ones. But I wonder what this is going to mean. Like, is this hinting about something? I don't know. I have a lot of questions, basically. I think that right as of right now, we're at a point where we're just kind of observing everything and seeing, like, what kinds of tricks are happening and who's going to make the next move. And I really like those kinds of episodes where we're just, like, seeing the drama, seeing the politics, seeing what's going to happen before, like, the calm before the storm, which of course would mean like the next battle. But as I said, I think right now season 3 seems like a far more organized season with like a lot more tension, a lot more dialogue, a lot more drama going on. I think that's what this season was really missing from season 2. Like I think not only that, but I think the pacing was a little off with season 2, whereas this one actually feels more like a Game of Thrones style of like episodes that kind of try to focus a little bit more on the drama. And again, I could be totally wrong. Like I know a lot of people have their own view about what House of Dragon should be. Plus they have actually read the book, so maybe I'm wrong about those details. But I think so far, just giving my interpretation and my feelings of the show so far, everything is looking really good. And of course, like the World Cup's about to end very soon, so we'll be back to a regular program anytime soon. We're getting to it, but yeah, we're seeing a lot of tensions brewing. I think that's all I can really say at this point. But I don't know your thoughts now, having seen tonight's episode. A lot of planning's going on, a lot of strategy, a lot of deceiving that we saw tonight. But I want to know your thoughts, especially if you have read or have not read the books. But after watching tonight, what do you think about season 3 so far? Like, how do you think this is compared to what we've seen previously? Do you agree that this is really starting to get into kind of the quality of what made Game of Thrones so great? Or did you expect a little bit more? That being the case, I know some of you have read Fire and Blood, so I want to know your thoughts, like, so far with this episode. Like, are you getting a sense of where the direction is going? Are we seeing some changes? Or are we expecting a lot of are we at least expecting the end game to kind of be similar to the book? Or have we pivoted too much to the point where it's no longer the book? That being the case, I want to know your thoughts, concerns, and let me know your comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe.